Good afternoon, good evening, and good night, great Biafrans and lovers of freedom. This is Radio Biafra House Service coming to you through Radio Biafra London. My name remains Mazi Jonathan Chinedu from Alo province of Biafra land, and we are here live and direct. Today is the 14th day of the 11th month being November 2024. Tabo Bochike being Thursday. I hereby welcome each and every one of you to welcome your friends and well-wishers, even your enemies. Please welcome them to listen to this revolutionary radio. This is a revolutionary radio. This is our rallying point. This is where it all started. This is where we worship. Therefore, as a Biafran, as an IPOB, you shouldn't grow above listening to Radio Biafra London. This is where it's all started. Therefore, you can tune in as our IPOB community radio. You should have known, and we continue saying it, that it is ongoing. It is under repairs. It is being fixed, under repairs. Therefore, you have different options in order to tune in to listen to this hallowed platform. We have Simple Radio. You can download Simple Radio in your application. It is in the Play Store in your smartphone, please. Simple Radio is there. You can download it, through which you listen to Radio Biafra London. Also, you have Radio Garden. Download Radio Garden. Once you are in Radio Garden, you have downloaded it in your smartphone. Now you can scroll and type in Radio Biafra London, and you can be hearing our voice. Also, you can go onto our mother page, our home page, www.ipob.org. www.ipob.org. Once you are there, you click onto live broadcast, and you'll be listening to Radio Biafra London. Also, you can go on YouTube. We are on Biafra TV on YouTube, and IPOB Rapture Media. We are on YouTube. In no distant time, we'll be extending to Twitter, TikTok, and all the rest of it. In no distant time. Therefore, you have no excuse not to listen. Moreover, in many parts of Biafra land, our relay station, our FM 102.1, is still booming. And others are also, work is going on other places to come up as usual. Please, you have no excuse not to listen. We are in a digital age, for goodness sake. So there is no way they can stop us. We are in a digital age, not analog. Are you hearing? Not analog. Therefore, you have no excuse not to listen, because here on Radio Biafra London, we say it as it is. We are not bound to be politically correct. No. We spew it raw as it is, because that is the only thing that can heal us. Raw medicine. Because we are sick and tired of being politically correct. Things are going from bad to worse. We say it as it is. What we say here, you can never hear it on other mainstream media. You can never. Do you listen the tape I played about the Islamization, I call it the Fulanization of Nigeria, how the journalists were asking questions. Are you sure that all of us, how many we are populous in Nigeria, just somebody can come and just impose their way of life, their religion on everybody? Is it possible? The man answered him in a matter-of-factedly way, direct, that not that are you sure whether they can do it. He said they will do it. It doesn't matter the time it took or it takes. They will Fulanize Nigeria, and that is why we want to cut short all these things, all this nonsense, by making sure that we pull ourselves out. Because as for doing their wish, they will. Britain initiated this. Britain created this. We will never stop calling Britain, because they are responsible, number one culprits of what is going on in our land. Because we never signed to be in a country called Nigeria. They created a country, give it a name, Niger area, from Royal Niger Company, Otahia Barekele. They came, our people, we are just, they were hospitable. They welcome them. Okay, let us do business. From doing business, you start giving command. No, this place is well. Before you know, they start bringing their military. That is how Britain behaves. That is how colonizers, imperial power, that is how they behave. They cannot stay without invading other places. You saw that, you had the clip I played also about all these things you are hearing about Russia. They are calling Russia, Putin, that he is Hitler, he is this. In the Western mainstream media, they disdain him, but no person tells you the reality of what started this thing. No person. It is NATO expansion, not Atlantic Treaty Organization. They want to, the imperialists, the colonizers, they always want to expand, encroach in other people's lives, in other people's lands. This is what you are hearing today as when they tell you that, Russia invaded Ukraine, this and that. They will not tell you the origin of this. Will they? It's just like Russia trying to make an outstanding friendship with Mexico. Is it going to be possible? America will nuke Mexico immediately for accepting anything, the friendship of Russia. Don't wait. The world have gone nuts, I'm telling you. No person, when we talk about justice in this world, not in this world, there is no justice. Might is right. That is what I have seen, I've observed in this world. Might is right. You cannot prove that you are powerful. You cannot say that you are powerful until you prove it. And that is what they are doing. You see the caliphate, the Fulani caliphate. They said they are going to dip Quran in the sea. And that is why they continue. They continue their program, their policy of Fulanization through Islamization. Their own version of Islam. Why do they choose that Islamic ideology? Because that is the only thing they can use in order to control others. That is the only thing they can use. If they impose it on you, you will now be answering, you will now become slaves to them. They will mold your character, the character of the behavior of your children, of generations, your generations coming. They mold it to be subservient to them. That is what the Europeans did in Africa, in our land. They use religion and mold it and mold our characters to become subservient to them. Are you catching the gist? So when you see that you are running against Islamization, they are doing Fulanization, but they are using Islam, their version of Islam, because many other people that they are also trying to Fulanize, they are Muslims, but they don't engage in their own version of Islam. So they must bring their own ideology, their version of Islam, so that to catch you, mostly your children, the generations coming, Because when you accept that their version of Islam, you have surrendered your family. They will now teach you how to do things in that Islam. That Quran say, that the Hadith say, you have to do this and that. Now you have to surrender your children. Are you hearing me? You surrender your children to them. They train your children. Training your children means training the next generation, the coming generation, and they become loyal to them. Before you know, you, the parents, are gone. Normal age takes toll, and you are gone. Now the children will now take over, and they will become subservient to the new colonial or colonialists, the Fulani. That is how it is. Don't you see in the northern part of Nigeria what is going on? The whole Almajiris that are there, they are Hausas and other indigenous, non-Fulani indigenous population. Their children, they destroy them, not to be useful, but to be carrying plates, going as Almajiri. Are you hearing me? They corrupted the Arabic word Almajiriun. He who goes far away to study, to seek for knowledge in the Quran, Quranic knowledge. Now they turned people, Almajiri, they turned children, indigenous people's children, into weapons in their hands. They will tell you the Quran oblige you to give away your child to go and study. Now their malam will be brainwashing the children right from day one. The same way they brainwash us in Block Rosary, in Sunday school, they brainwash them that your parents are secondary. I want you to listen. That your parents are not, that you need to obey Allah. And the person representing Allah is that they are malam or marabu. You understand? So, even if your parents telling you something, you don't listen because you are seeing Allah. They bring people up like that. Is it not the same way they did to us? That's why people trust. They made us to trust pastors and other clergy more than even we can trust our parents. It's the same thing. So the Fulani, they useless the Hausas, the future generation, they useless them. They made sure to capture them, be in control of their mentality, of their behavior. And these people, they grow up like that, feeling inferior to the Fulani. Wherever there is a prayer, maybe Friday prayer, and every other person is a non-Fulani, or maybe in a crowd of 200 people in a mosque, they want to pray, the Fulani must be the leader, because they were programmed like that right from childhood. That is mental colonization, and that is the Fulanization. You see them as superior to you because they are nearer to Allah more than you, so you have to give them that respect. If you don't do it, they will remind you that you are sinning, that you have committed the sin, transgression, and it's a psychological attack. It also is the same thing in the Christian world. Whereas you will see a clergy, a pastor, shitting everywhere. They say, no, touch not my anointed, because you are programmed to be like that, to take them that they represent God. That is how mental slavery is more dangerous than physical slavery. So what you are seeing is Fulanization through Islamization. It's a very thin line. They Fulanize the Hausas, although it is now that through the work of IPOB that the Hausas are trying at least to have awareness, not only the Hausas and other ethnicities in the north. You know, one thing I used to say here, which is factual, is correct. When you come to the zoo called Nigeria, the tribes in the north is far more than the tribes, the different tribes in the south. Are you hearing? The tribes in the north is far more populous than those in the south. But they made the southern, mostly the south, the eastern tribes, our own tribe, they blow them, make them more conspicuous. So that when they tell you name maybe 10 different tribes in Nigeria, you will mention 8 or 7 from Biafra land, because that's the one they make you. The mainstream media used to, you read, you study it. Igala, Europe, that we are different. It's everywhere. They divided us everywhere. They made that thing conspicuous. But you will never hear the different tribes in the north. No, you will never hear them. Are you hearing me? That is the thing. So you will, any person you see from the north, you say is a Hausa. Are you hearing what? Which is lie. There are many minority tribes in the north. Many of them. Do you know that Tafawa Balewa is not an Hausa? Is not an Hausa. It's not an Hausa person. Tafawa Balewa is from Gere tribe, a tribe they call Gere or Gerewa. And that tribe is extinct. That tribe is now absorbed by Hausa. Is extinct. I don't know whether people understand. Is now extinct. Many other tribes are like that in the north. That's why they claim Hausa, because they force them to speak Hausa. The Fulani force them to speak Hausa. When you come to Yoruba land, it's not Yoruba. Yoruba is a recent word. They have a Gale. They have a different, different tribes in the southwest. But because of conquest, now they merge themselves into Yoruba, which is not. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Which is not. They are not one people. But when they come to our land, hey, they will make it as if we are thousands of tribes. We are into pieces. They made the Ikwere to be a tribe. Ikwere, that is Igbo clan, as we have Ngwa, we have Onitsha, Ikwere. Now they remove it to be a tribe. Even on Haji, they want to make it a tribe. In goggles, they don't want us alive. They want to break us by every means. What we are fighting, I don't know. Britain, whether what they saw in our land, what they saw in us that made them to have this extreme hatred on us. I cannot. Sometimes I continue wondering, but I cannot. It's above my understanding. I am telling you, because they want to annihilate us. Do you know what is complete annihilation? No pity. They come through different ways: religion, media, propaganda, through the school. Everywhere they want to make us become nothing, so that we can no longer talk and be heard. But here we are, through Mazi Jonathan Chinedu, who started this Radio Biafra London. He understood that information, media is power, is highly powerful. Media, highly powerful. The same way they are using the media in order to control the Western population, telling everybody how bad Putin is. He is the cause of the whole problems in this world. He needs to be stopped. If not, he will become another Hitler. Worse than this is media propaganda, and it is working. Media, the West, they can use their media in order to turn you against your highest friend, your best friend. They will turn you to kill your best friend. That is the work of media propaganda. They know the importance. So Mazi Jonathan Chinedu, he understand this. He understood it. And that is why he set up this Radio Biafra, where we will be speaking, our voice will be heard. And that is what we are doing. Are you hearing me? That is what they are doing. So we can no longer cry and lament. This is not the time of lamentation. This is the time of action. Nigeria, Britain, through Nigeria Caliphate, is trying everything in order to destroy us as a race. The way the Fulani destroy the Hausas, they want to destroy us. If we continue being in Nigeria, we will be all gone as a people. It's not about dying only, maybe perishing or dying, being killed, no. But they turn us into another thing. Do you see how they have turned us? We no longer cherish knowledge. All we cherish, our musicians, what they sing is about Ibutike. It's Nigeria, is what they promote. Any Igbo musician or celebrity that is upcoming, they will meet him. The Fulani agents in our land, the Igbo politicians that are Fulani agents, scavengers, they will meet the person. Have you forgotten how Joe Iboko met a Sampe master? Have you forgotten that? Telling him that they will sponsor him, they will support him. If it's money, they will make him rich and make him famous. But let him stop singing about Biafra. Have you forgotten? They tried to bribe him with 30 million naira. How many years back? Have you forgotten? Is it because he revealed his own? That is how they do. You see all these Igbo musicians that are singing Ibutike. That is, they are helpless. They are helpless. When you see them say, that is the way they program them to behave. They cannot resist it. They will tell you, they will offer you a leeway. They will tell you, look, we know that you are a future star, and we will make you to be a star, a big celebrity. Money, you will be rich, you will be famous, but do not delve into politics. Be singing woman, you can any other thing. How to boutique? Be singing. Oh, that is the lane you have to be driving. Do not ever enter into singing about the evil that is happening against Igbos. That is, they will regard it as politics. That is politics. Don't enter there. But as long as you are singing Ibutika and Ikena, wine, this and that, though they make people more stupid, and we will sponsor you. During electioneering times, you will be, we promote you. That is how they catch them young. That is why you see our celebrities misbehaving. Are you hearing what I'm saying? That is how they program them. It's right from the onstart. So, which person want to go and carry a cross of every other person? Say no, I will not. I must be singing like Fela. They will kill you. They will kill you. Oh, they will make you'll be poor. That is the thing. So they are using every means at their disposal, and they have different means at their disposal in order to fight us. So when they sing Ibutike, our people, the youths, no longer see working hard, our normal selves, as anything. Now everybody want to Butenike. That is why you see people flooding into church for miracle, or going into the scammers they call native doctor for Ibutike, Okite, and the name Okite, and they become scammed. Do you see that? And after they become problem in the society, no trouser check down, up and down. Now worry up and no person. We Igbo people, we are known to be hardworking, productive. Either you school, go to mainstream school, or you learn trade. A girl boy, you learn how to buy and sell through a boy, or you learn crafts. You learn welding, electrical, bricklayer, carpenter, all this, any type of work, craft, you learn it. That is how we are as a people. But Nigeria is destroying this through different ways. Through religion. They promise you that there is God that we as long as you are coming to church, being faithful. They promise you hope that it will be miraculous. Enough wasn't but to go morning mass, afternoon mass, evening mass, Monday Bible study, Tuesday Bible study, Saturday choir, everything, so that you get miracle money or miracle solution to your problems, which does not exist. Do you see how they are diminishing us? That is why we have in our land, we have today youths that have no profession. Yeba boy, they don't go to boy, they are too big, they feel too big. How will they do boy? Whereas they tell them to enter, carry computer. Yahoo and the you will get them better. These are things they use to destroy our productivity. Are you seeing it? So they are dealing with us from everywhere. And when they see that all those things does not work, they carry gun to wale people, to kidnap, because they know the worst thing you can have as a country is idle youth. That is the worst thing a country don't want to have. Idle youths. Youths that have no profession. Youths that are idle. You know, youths have energy. Energy that is pushing. Are you hearing me? Now, when they are idle, they no job, no profession, no education. Even if they go to school, nothing, no work. What do you want them to do? They need to survive. They have future. They will start crying. That is the same way the Fulani useless the Hausa race. That is what they are using Nigeria in order to useless us as a people, to break us from this our system, our natural organic tradition. They want to cut it off from us, so that when they will see if they want to carry you to go do boy, or your mates will be laughing at you. Say, yeah, look at this one. You want to go do boy now? Big, I beg, which kind boy? I beg. Do you see? They are changing our nomenclature. That is Nigeria. Is in the overall plan of the British. Is in their policy. Do you hear what Soworo said? That Nigeria has Igbo problem. That the problem of Nigeria has Igbo problem. Do you think that they started it today? Britain came to this part of the world in the zoo, in our land, and they saw our characters. They discovered a people that are unique. They said, no. These people, if we leave them, if we give them free hand, they will challenge us. They will manufacture car and manufacture more than car, aeroplane, everything. The sky will be their limit. We need to curtail them. We need to bring a process in order to bring them down. And they started it. But do you know? The problem is ignorance. You are being ignorant of what is happening to you. You are being ignorant of what is happening to us as a people. That is the worst thing. That is why, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been given sounding this alarm. In 2015, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu met with the World Igbo Congress and told them that they are coming. I need guns and bullets in order to protect our land. The people, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Onyendu is operating in a higher vibration. These people, they are the lowest because they don't even understand what is happening. That video is still on YouTube. From time to time, I'll go and watch it. I will shake head. I'm telling you. He said, they are coming. I need you to sponsor IPOB. These people are 2015, 9 years ago. People without thinking, they don't even see 1 meter in their front. What matters to them is who is what, how they are going to do burial ceremony of one of their members, and they will show, each and every one will showcase his car, his wealth. They wear flamboyant uniforms or shirts and dresses. That is what matters to them. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the Son of Man, was telling them analytically that, look, you are here in America in order to save our race. That these people are coming. We need to start now. We need to make haste while the sun shines. And they were mocking him. I say they mocked Mazi Nnamdi Kanu openly. Somebody asked him, I am Chief Doctor, Professor, that is the whole titles. I'm one in my community. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, please. He didn't even put Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You say you are fighting for Biafra, right? Which passports you come with? I believe even if you don't come with a Nigerian passport, is it? Which means what you are talking about, Biafra. Our people know many of these mainstream people that you tell them they will give you their doctor, their professor, their this and that. They are the most foolish. I am not saying it secretly. This is a fact. When they speak with you, you want to close your ears. So this man I used to respect, this and that is so. Is the person thinking like a baby like this? Instead of talking the main issue, discussing the main issue, why Mazi Onyendu was there, he was asking which passport you come with. And finally, after a few days, they replied, Onyendu said, no, we cannot do anything. We cannot sponsor you. Today, Lokarawa is on the north. They are coming. Headsmen are everywhere, all over Nigeria. They're slaughtering everybody since 2015. Even since Buhari took over power, 2015. Everything is going upside. You know why I like this situation? I say, for people that think that Biafra is coming now, tomorrow. No. I don't even approve of it. Let the people. I say things will be happening until even onye na-ekwedo wee kweta sị na ihe a na-eme. If so were, we stand today and say there is anti-Igbo policy in Nigeria, that Nigeria has Igbo problem. Aisha Yusuf, who is I think Ijo or Urobo, she said Igbo hatred is reality. Ango Abdullahi said that Nnamdi Kanu is right, that Nigeria expired since is it 14 years ago. The former first lady of Ondo State, she said that Nigeria is a zoo. Do you think that 5 years ago these people would have said this? No, tell me. They would have said no. But things are going worse and worse and worse to everybody in general and to Biafrans in particular. And it is confirming what we are saying. So that you that think that this is no concern you, you people Biafran. Now when you meet people they will tell you, say me push harder now. Let us. We are tired of this Nigeria. This thing, they wouldn't have said it. They wouldn't have been saying like this maybe 6-7 years ago. But it will come. It will be worse. People gather now. How do we contribute in order to fight? In order for us to be free? It will come to that extent. I am telling you. That's why I'm not worried. You see mockers, people that we are mocking. Oh, Biafra, Biafra man. Oh yeah. Now they no longer mock because they are saying what we are saying. They are saying it direct. Only may affect. Okay. So okay, they know the tell man. We must continue. That's why we are methodical. Right? Things will be unveiling. Things will be unveiling by themselves. And no person will no longer tell anybody, any Biafran to join. No. It is them that will be moving around saying, now where these people? I beg, let us pack go. They're not the tell man. That's it. Don't you see? Look at the new terrorist group. Look at they are massacring people in the north. They are coming down. Headsmen are everywhere in Nigeria, destroying farms openly. Do you ever hear or see open antagonism or hatred against the Fulani for this? No. They are angels. Let me tell you, there is something I see in this world. People love their killers. I am telling you honestly. People normally, mostly perfect slaves. That is why they are perfect slaves. They always cherish their killers. They are those that want to save them, they hate them. These are perfect slaves. These are perfect slaves. And it abounds in Nigeria. In that zoo called Nigeria. Despite the Fulani slaughter, people have been since 2015, which it had been happening before, but since 2015, Buhari came and made it open. It's no more. It was no more a secret. Open. Fulani started coming in with arms, with the arm wing of Fulani Caliphate jihadists. They came and we are slaughtering everybody everywhere. But they cherish them. You see one person, you make, they are killing us. Look at my friend, which I am with now. They just killing him. Now Fulani hates me. God save me and my life. Now wow. But you go and meet him and tell him, what about so what Biafra is talking? You say no, Igbo want to I beg no. Instead of Igbos to get out of Nigeria, let the Fulani continue killing everybody. They don't have that audacity to confront the Fulani because they have been subjugated. People hurt their killers as long as they are powerful. Are you hearing me? They subjugate people. That is, people, they put people into suffering from Stockholm or be in a Stockholm syndrome situation where you love your kidnapper, you love your killer, and you cherish him, you defend him, but he's killing you, but you love him. That is the situation people are in Nigeria. But we are trying to break it. Now, in this news also, like as I read yesterday, there is this person that writes something. It's an article. This FBI, CIA, DEA, that is Drug Enforcement Agency, just delivered the biggest blow to democracy in Africa by Raphael Adebayo. Let me read it a bit. It's concerning Tinubu. You are president of 250 or 15 million to more than 220 million people. I just read the document detailing the United States multi-agency defense of the drug baron in Aso Villa. Let's be clear about one thing. The FBI, CIA, DEA, and other U.S. agencies in the report just delivered the most damaging blow to liberal democracy and representative governance the world has ever witnessed since the collapse of the Soviet Union. Why wouldn't they? They are protecting themselves. They are protecting their country. Yes, they are protecting their power. So it is left for us to fight. Are you hearing me? What America did is they are protecting their interest, which is, I'm not giving them right. It is very wrong. Because you know why? Because they are the people calling themselves champions of democracy. But when it comes to their interests, they change the rule. For them, there is nothing you can do. You talk and go and sit down. There is nothing you can do. You don't have a bomb they have. So that's it. But what irritates me is they teach you about democracy, how freedom of expression. Who tell you there is a complete freedom of expression in this world? When it comes to their interests, they act like, they don't see all these things. They remove RT, that is Russia television, from different parts of Western world, I think including America and other, you see, to France and other places. But these are the people that, if it is, for example, any other country that does this, all hell will break loose in this war. That they have stifled the freedom of speech. But Assange was pursued for how many years? Julian Assange. Okay. The CIA and other covert U.S. intelligence agencies have dedicated most of their existence since the post-1945 period to throttling regimes considered inimical to liberal democracy from Eastern Europe to South America, Asia, and Africa. African leaders have been summarily assassinated, overthrown, and demonized by the CIA and other Western security agencies and propaganda outfits under the pretext that the leaders were undemocratic and unreasonable. That is it. They do anything they want. That is it. So, telling the Nigerian people that they do not have the right to question the background of the impostor who has imposed himself on them is precisely the same as telling them not to exist or to be citizens who fulfill their civic duties. How much privacy is too much privacy? Nigerians know about the adventures of Hush Puppy, yes, as publicly and volubly disclosed by the FBI, despite Hush Puppy being a private citizen. How is the Instagram Hush Puppy? How is the Instagram Hush Puppy different from the unpresidential Hush Puppy in public office? He's talking about Tinubu. The civil society, they want the American government to give them the information of Tinubu, his activities in America. America, they blocked it. They blocked it. They said no, it will damage his CIA reputation. It will cause insecurity. It is national. It will breach the national security, American national security. But we are not human beings. And do you know that if this is in a country of human beings, people will rise up. People will rise up. The population will rise up in order to go on the streets. It doesn't matter anything. But Nigeria is not a country. Tinubu said it to somebody in private. He said, listen, Nigeria is not like any other country in this world. So know how you do. Don't take Nigeria serious. It's not like any other country in this world. So Nigeria is a zoo. It's more than a zoo. It's a non-country. That is why people kept quiet in Nigeria. You see people will be watching and say, I don't know whether BB Nigeria has started. You see people watching Chelsea and this and that. Because they are ignorant. They don't know what it means. Are you hearing me? That is the very sad situation that we are in as a people. And that is why we want to move away from that hellhole. That primitive, what do you call it? Primitive enclave called Nigeria. Are you hearing what I'm saying? So, what we are saying, let me continue reading anyway. Let me continue reading. Even Donald Trump, why merely campaigning was unequivocally open about his medical records and several other so-called private information. So what is all this buffoonery and obfuscatory this one is grammar, please. I don't want to kill myself with this grammar. Crucial details on a public servant who bludgeoned his way to the highest office in a country of nearly 250 million citizens, 250 million zombies, a drug baron, a criminal that has gone to jail. Now he was blackmailed and promoted by the American Secret Service, CIA, to protect him, to do their job, to be their agent, their asset. They said it that Tinubu is their asset, so they cannot reveal anything, about him. Otherwise, it's a matter of national security. And Nigerians are quiet because they don't understand. That is why I say, developing a country, let me tell you, in this modern world, for a country to be developed, the mentality of the citizens will first of all develop. If the mentalities of the citizens do not develop or is not developed, come on, there is no way the country can develop. Who are you? They will be producing the same set of people, the same type of mentality, or people with the same type of mentality. That is why I always beg to differ. When they say the problem is about our problem is the politician, I say no, it is the population. Do you think that if the mentality of Nigerians are developed, they will come out in a revolution against, they will pursue this guy, Tinubu, immediately. They will say, oh, so it's really you are a criminal ruling us. If not, they will challenge the CIA, say, oh yeah, American government, give us this report or this one will get out. This one will pursue him out. Don't you see in Bangladesh, is it in Sri Lanka, is it last year or last 2 years, the population went and removed their prime minister. The population. Because in a democratic setting, in a republic, Federal Republic of Nigeria, in a republic, it is only the population that is above the law. It's above their constitution. Once they are, they want to do something, they do it. Nothing can stop them. Because it is their property, public property, republic. But Nigeria is a place where people are joined together under gunpoint. They succeeded. Britain succeeded in making sure that they force people with different and opposing values together so that the population will never agree. Nigerian politicians are agreed together. Whether Yoruba House together. They are bonded together. But once the population are not together, that is the problem. Had it been the population are together and they have, their mentality is developed, they would have rushed out and throw that Tinubu out. How many will the military kill? Just tell me. When 10 million people, I said 10 million. How many military does Nigeria have? Maybe 400 to 600,000. Military. Police, whether 300,000. For 250 million. If 10 million, ordinary 10 million, are moving everywhere, probably, they will run away. Who will they kill? How many will they kill? They will go to Asarok and remove him. I said no. But people are not together, number one, because we are not the same people, number one, and the mentality of the people are not developed. So how can they understand the development? That is why, as I said yesterday, why Europe is developed is this, because the mentality of the people developed through revolution. They instigated the revolution whereby they challenge everything. They subjected, they say from today on, everything, it will be the policy of this country that everything must be subjected to the altar of reason. They took reason, Uche, as the main policy of the country. So that if you come out, if you are an elected president, for example, you come out to thank people, you say, God put me here. In Europe, the people will rush you and tear you into pieces and say, no, God didn't put you here. It is not God, it is us. You are not serving God, you are serving us. If God did not put you there, it is we that put you there. So, because it is reason, they went to the polls and they voted. Each person cast his vote. They suffered, took their time and voted. Now, if the president or the elected person will come out and say, I thank God. It's God that put me here. So that is superstition is outlawed in Europe, and that is why they are developed, they are advancing. But in Nigeria, it is not the same. Governor Hope Uzodimma said that it is God that put him there. That he thank God. God put him there. So this thing that God gave to him, who can remove it from him? Do you see the superstition? When God, any person, any politician, say Allah is Allah that put me. Is Allah. I thank Allah. Is with God. Know that they are criminals. Are you hearing me? They hide in the shadow of God. You cannot do this kind of thing in Europe, talk this type of thing. No. And go for, no. The population will rush you. They will prove to you that it is not God that put you there, it is we. So they will remove you to prove to you that it is not God that put you there, because they don't know who God is. It is them human beings that put you there. So do you see reason? Do you see how they developed the mindset of their people? They made it the government policy that Everything should be done based on reason. And do you know what is reason also? Science. Science is reason. It's doubt, it's reason. Science is a product of doubt, it's reason. So that is why they become productive. Do you see? And you are not. They can produce things you cannot produce, because they believe that human beings is we that can suffer and do and manufacture something, which is normal. Because you go to China, you see goods physically, you buy physically. Who produced that, all those goods? Human being. And you import it into Nigeria, and after you say God has blessed me. No, it is not. Do you see the difference? They made the reason government policy, so that any subsequent government that is entering office right from after the revolution, no more talking about superstition. How do you mean? No more talking about God. Do you see how they remove separation of state and church in Europe? You don't understand it in this deep way, but you are saying no. It is the church is no longer in politics. No, it is the ideology of reason. They remove the ideology of superstition. Are you hearing what I'm saying? That is it. So since 15th, 16th, 17th century of European revolution, they now erased anything concerning superstition, and they put it in as government policy that there will be no more superstition. That anything that happens here in this country, it is because of us. Either it is our fault or it is because of us that we get this. No more third person or spirit. That's why you can never see a European leader coming to tell you, it is the help of God. Have you ever seen it? Have you ever had it in Germany? You that is listening to me in Germany. Have you ever had it in Spain? Look at the what happened in Spain. The flooding that took the lives of flash flooding. After that flash flooding, their king. What is the name of that? Their king came out and they started stoning him. People started stoning him. Said the way he responded, that he should go and bury himself in shame. They don't need him. And do you know what? People came out in Spain to protest, to protest against the government, and thousands, hundreds of thousands of people came from everywhere. They gather everywhere. They didn't say no. It is in that region. You know the way we do in Nigeria. No, Imolites is you people. No, these people, whatever that is bad, even if it is happening to their enemy, everybody will rise up in he say no, this thing that is happening that side is evil. They will rise up to protest. That is mental development. But Nigerians are not developed mentally. So how can you give out what you don't have? Tell me. How can you give out what you don't have? What matters to them is chop money, chop national cake. That is the only thing the average Nigerian, that is one. So how can you, after they will start saying no, it is Allah that do it. Now God after looting public fund, after scamming, doing all sorts of evil, they'll come and say, now God, now give me, now wow. That is superstition. It is still embedded in the brains of Nigerians, in Africans in general, but in Nigerians in particular. That is what we are trying to do here, to remove all these superstitions in order for us to be mentally developed, so that we can restore a country. We can now practice the development we have in our brains, because you cannot give out what you don't have. It's only when we are saturated with development in our brain, when we are mentally mature and developed, when we remove all these superstitions, now that time we can be able to restore a country, a nation that we can develop, that no longer superstition, that we cannot, somebody cannot rig election and say, now God did it. Oh. No. Everybody will say, come on, get out there. Now we did it. We did it. So that is how Europe developed, because the population was first of all mentally developed. That is it. They passed through revolutions. It took the lives of thousands, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people for many years in order to bring down this mental slavery, to bring it down. Today, CIA said Nigerian president is their asset, and it's still their active asset. Are you hearing? And Nigerians are, Nigerians are quiet because they don't understand, what this thing means. How can you explain? How can you just call an Almajiri telling him that Tinubu's presidency, that is CIA, is a foreign agent, that a foreign country that put him there? So he will not even understand you. He will tell you he wants you to give him some money so that he will go and eat. That is an average Nigerian. I'm talking of Almajiri, not only Almajiri, average Nigerian. You are explaining to him something, he don't even want that. I say, beg, spare me that knowledge you want to. I need the money to go to beg, eat. That is part of the subjugation. They use hunger, poverty, in order they subjugated Nigerians to extreme poverty, so that you cannot have the audacity to rise up. Nigerian politicians, political elites, they grab everything. What you'll be hearing, what you'll be seeing on news headline is, let me check whether I can see some. They use a social amount of billions. Let me see. Cross River spends nearly 50% of internally generated revenue on vehicles in the first 9 months of 2024. That is the politicians. Are you hearing? Nearly 50% of internally generated revenues on vehicles. On vehicles. Are you here? On vehicles. Okay, that is Cross River. Okay. I saw many of them. Let me check more. Nigeria secures $134 million of African Development Bank to support farmers, boost production. Okay. Let me come again. Nigerian anti-corruption body FCC admits co-defendant to bail over money laundering. Nigerian High Court orders service of hearing ex-governor Yahya over 101 billion naira fraud. Okay. There are many of them where they spend 20-something billion naira on Shetima's nice Nigerian vice president building, his own house. You see that they don't see Nigerian population as anything. They place everybody in extreme poverty so that everybody will be scavenging to serve the Nigerian politicians for crumb. Now, how then do you think that people, the population, can rise up, do protest for one day, in order to do what? In order to protest against bad government? No, they cannot do it because they know they will be hungry. They are doing from hand to mouth. That is what they are doing. So there is a voluntary issue. Look at, oh God Almighty. There is one thing I put on my timeline about how our people during the war we are refining fuel. And even in the whole of Biafra, from 1967 to 1970, no fuel scarcity. Are you hearing me? Nothing. Because, our people were ingenious. They built modular refineries everywhere, refining crude oil from our land. But today, Nigeria cannot refine with three or four refineries. They cannot even refine, crude oil. No. So how do you think that place can just proceed or succeed? How? Tell me. How do you think that kind of place can just advance? People are, I don't know, they are not thinking in a fundamental way or what? How? What they are doing, they are buying cars. Every governor, every politician, they are buying, using some chunks of the budget, buying cars and their direct remunerations, everything. They don't care about the population. And the people don't care because now they sentence everybody into scavenging. Anywhere the dog eats dog. Who will you talk to? Start explaining to him that no, Chinedu is a CIA agent. They will laugh and say, it's good though. An average Nigerian. Tell him that Chinedu is an agent spying on Nigeria, giving information about Nigeria. He said, as long as they can give me money to eat, it's good though. Let him spy now, bring dollar. Because they don't understand. That is why this mental revolution is necessary. Without it, we go nowhere. I am telling you. Without it, you restore a country, it becomes a flag independence. You go nowhere. Because it is the population that checkmates the governing class. It is the population that checkmates the ruling class, the political elites. With a dormant zombie population, now the ruling class will be behaving as they want. They will steal and exploit as they want, without query, without nothing. The population acts as buffer. The population acts as checking, they checkmate. It acts as equilibrium to balance issues. That is why you see in flash flood in Spain, Spanish populations gathered in their hundreds of thousands, if not millions, in order to protest. They pushed their government to work extra time. Are you hearing me? They pushed their governments. It's those that will resign because of this. Now others will come and work more hard and say, now we don't want these people to put fire on us. So that is why I used to say, any country you go, you see their politicians are relaxed, talking anyhow, laughing kwa in their Senate house. Know that the people are suffering. They hold the people hostage because they are relaxed. In a democratic setting, it is the politician, the political class that will be on their toes. Watch United Kingdom Parliament. Watch it. Just watch their sessions. You see how serious they are. You see they don't take any nonsense. Once they are there, they don't care again because it is the pressure they are receiving from the people they are representing. They are watching them. If you go and misbehave, you come back, they beat you. How many British members of parliament they have killed? One person will come and stab you to death. Because you are representing a people. You have to do your work. That is it. But when you see politicians rounding themselves up in a retinue of soldiers, that are armed to the teeth, they have the highest cars, whereas the population are suffering, entering keke, suffering. Now attack crazy. Know that the population is suffering. When the ruling class are happy, you see them in their working place, in their in their chambers, making merry, talking the way they talk in Nigeria. Mr. Speaker, sir. After they will make joke and laugh. Know that the population are suffering because they seize everything. Everything belongs to them. Now they made the population to be scavenging, to be slaves to them, to the ruling class, so that they will be getting crumbs. That is what they have succeeded in doing in Nigeria. And that is why this news is not making Nigerians to react at all. That Tinubu is a drug dealer that has gone to prison, that he is an agent being put there by the CIA to do their work for them. That's why you are suffering. That is why, the reason why that Tinubu said he never had a blueprint. Have you forgotten it? That he didn't have a blueprint. During his presidential campaign, that he didn't have a blueprint, no plans for Nigeria, because there are people that are working everything for him, people that put him there. So why should he be answerable to Nigerians? Is it Nigerians that put him there? The answer is no. If people put him there, he's the CIA. But we Nigerians understand this. I say, as I'm talking now, if you are in the zoo or even if in Biafra land, call somebody, tell him that, do you know what Tinubu is a CIA agent. Just listen to what he will tell you. He will go on money. Nah, even if he's agent, as long as he can make rice to become 50 naira for 1 kilo, it's okay, because they are not mentally developed to understand how these things work. Are you hearing me? They are not mentally developed. So how can somebody like that contribute in developing a country? Tell me. This is why we are bent on making sure that we develop our brains first. That our brains are developed first before anything. Let me play for you, or play to you, what Tinubu said. Because Tinubu does not have no blueprint. Listen.
To London. I saw him that same night. And we sat.
The same night.
And I said, sir, the reason why I'm not accepting your appointment is because I don't know what you have for us up north. Because in the north, every single person is either waiting to be killed or kidnapped. We can't go on like this. What is your blueprint for us? He told me that he doesn't have.
Tinubu told him, told her,
anything for us. I said, you mean, sir, you don't have a blueprint? He said, I can't have a blueprint because if I have a blueprint, I will be stepping on too many toes and they might.
A presidential candidate that is a president now does not have blueprint, and it doesn't matter to Nigerians. Instead, you will see people claiming, now our turn, now Yoruba, now we support him as Yoruba. Do you see how do you think that people like this can develop a country? No, tell me how. No, they don't see it as a problem, eh? Instead, they say, even if it is a criminal, even if it is anything he is our turn, is my brother, is Yoruba like me. That is the worst thing that have happened or that can happen to humanity.
It even killed me. This was what he said. I said, but sir, how can you rule without a blueprint? He said, I will only make a blueprint after winning the elections. I said, there will be a lot of detractions.
That is it. You had it from the horse's mouth. The person that confronted him, he said, I don't have, I cannot make a blueprint. Otherwise, they will kill me. So you see, Nigeria is, say that Nigeria is a British farm, British business. Do you think that we are saying it just out of just like that? It is the reality, for goodness sake. So any person that is coming there, They don't expect you to have any blueprint because you shouldn't have. It is for them. Once you enter anything they command you is what you do, nothing more. As the CIA is using Tinubu in order to commit anything, because that place is a big market, a population of 200 and something million. If they need if the CIA they need what do you call it, organs for research, it's Nigeria. They will come to Nigeria because the person at the helms of affairs there is their man. So they will use one program or the other in order to cover it, to give to the press and tell you that what is the name of this billionaire? Bill Gates is coming to help Nigerians. Okay, they will give him red carpet. How many times Bill Gates visit? Bill Gates is one of the people that visited first visited Tinubu when he declared the president on red carpet. If they needed to test their drugs on human beings that they have not tested before, they remember Nigeria. Do you remember Jeman's revelations? It's because Nigeria is not for the population. Nigeria is for foreigners, for Britain and their other people, Britain and the West. That is the truth. So that is why you cannot do. They kill you. You do nothing. And instead of people to develop their mentality in order to understand how issues are, that is what we are dispensing here on Radio Biafra. That is why we check around and say no. There is nothing. Nigeria is irredeemable. Nigeria, former First Lady Akeredolu to Ondo, she said it. He said Nnamdi Kanu is right. Nigeria says, who can redeem Nigeria? Nobody. How can you redeem Nigeria? Nobody. That is why we have seen it and see that there is no way you can. You want to go there to redeem Nigeria like Peter Obi. They will either corrupt you, even if you have good conscience to do something. They will either corrupt you or they frustrate you. They make you become figurehead. As they frustrated Goodluck Jonathan, they frustrated him. He cannot, a president of a country cannot even buy weapons to fight terrorists. They frustrated him. America banned him from buying any weapon. A president now resorted in using cash, black market, going black market in order to buy, smuggle. A president of a country. That is how you know that Nigeria is it's a no man's business, because they want it to be there, to be like that, so that you'll be suffering. Everybody will be suffering and gnashing teeth, so that when they shake 1,000 naira in your presence, they can buy you, they can use you to lure your brother to be killed and his organs harvested, so that when they shake 1,000 naira in your presence, you will start singing praises of Wike and all these politicians, singing their praises, doing anything they command you to do. But here on Radio Biafra, we are trying to develop the mindset of our people, causing, we are trying to bring mental revolutions, and it is with this mental revolution that we, bring about developing our restored nation. It's the people that builds nation. Are you hearing me? It's not one person. It's a people. That is it. So it is very, very sad. But we must continue. So Tinubu is their asset. What is the point? The man continue. Let me finish reading it. Now I will go to a few minutes break. What is the point of representative democracy if the people cannot question their public servants about anything and everything? Every liberal democratic constitution I know states that sovereignty belongs to the people. Oh yeah, in Nigeria sovereignty belongs, that is in paper, not in Nigeria. Nigeria is not sovereign. It belongs to Britain. It belongs to the West. What the FBI, CIA, and others are telling us now is that there is pure speculative fiction. Even pre-colonial African states did not indulge in this level of tone deafness whenever the people ask consequential questions. How many more people must die? How many more juveniles must be unjustly imprisoned and violated? How many more citizens of this country must suffer and be strangulated? How much more damage must the usurper in Asorok cause in Nigeria and the Sahel before the US starts taking its professional commitment to democracy, human rights, and transparency seriously in Africa? At this point, we Africans had better set to work to revive and critically develop our traditional institutions if we ever want to make it out of our current rot. We are democratic long before the Europeans came to tell us that democracy was superior. Don't you see? It's the democracy. They have their man on top. They have him. And they are using him to deal with everybody. Do they care? Do they live in Nigeria? What they're telling him, they're giving him all that you must deliver, otherwise we expose you. So he's doing their bidding. And Nigeria, 200 and something million people are suffering the consequences, suffering and smiling. Instead, they are being directed to the mosque to pray. They are being directed to the churches to pray. Instead of, those scammers and criminals they call clergy and imams, instead of telling them that, look, your people have to rise up. The solution is not here in the church or in the mosque. The solution is for you to fight for what belongs to you. Do you see why we hold all these religions responsible for the rot in our land? Somebody will come and start telling us that no, it is not a problem. Church is not the no, that I don't know why people should be challenging all this. It's misleading. When people go to churches and you tell them that, look, no, go down, they will sell them hope. They will remove their mindset from the government in place and tell them that their problem is Satan. That who will give them something good is God. Pray to God, pray to Jesus. Now, what else do you want the people to do? Imagine that the whole mosques in Nigeria, the whole Christian churches in Nigeria will be telling the people the truth. Say, look, all this money you are bringing is not the solution. The solution is the government. Go out there and protest and take what belongs to you. If they continue preaching all these things in the churches and mosques, there will be revolution and the politicians will run away. But somebody will come and start telling people that, look, no, this is not the problem. Church. This is evil. It's evil. I'm saying it. It's evil. It's misleading. These are the problems we are having because they pacified the brains of our people. They misdirect the brains of our people. It's just like sending your child to school. Instead of learning what he goes to school to learn, now they are teaching the person another thing. Anything they teach your child, anything they are teaching your child in the school, if he comes to the house, you'll be seeing the results. He will be behaving that way. He will be doing that kind of thing. Once you experience and say, look, this is not what I send my child to school to do, you have to go and rebel again, ask questions. Because you know that the child is not, because it is what they consume. So what Nigerians are consuming, what they are consuming in churches, in religious centers, is the way is coming out, is the way they are behaving, is coming out in their characters. It makes them to be docile. So you see where religion comes in, and we will not stop talking about it. But somebody will come and say, no, this is not even church. We continue saying it. I'm telling you. Because this is our problem. We cannot come here to start undoing what Mazi Jonathan Chinedu has done in removing our people's head from mental slavery. Somebody will also be coming in order to teach us another thing. This is evil. I condemn it. I take full responsibility. I condemn it. This is the problem we are having. Imagine innocent men and women. You gather them and start telling them that, look, The solution to your problem is in the mountain. Go desert and fast for 7 days. Imagine. Whereas the president of the country they are in is a foreign agent. The government is not working. And who is the people that should put the government in its space? It is the people. Now, they gather these people's different places in churches and mosques and start telling them, look, once you pray 5 times a day as a Muslim, once you are fasting and praying, no portion fashioned against you that will prosper. It's misleading. It is misleading. Are you hearing me? It is completely misleading. This is what the Europeans first thought. When you see that Europe is moving smoothly today, this is what they first remove from the mindset of their people. They first of all remove all this shenanigans from the mindset of Gochaya. You see, when you just like clearing a gutter. When a gutter is stuck, things block everywhere. Now you clear it, water will be flowing freely. That is how the Europeans did. They first of all, Gochana, they cleared the mindset of the people, removed them, make them to understand that, look, the problem you will have is the government. So you are part of the government. Any person that enters into power and starts misbehaving, making you to suffer, you have the right as a people in order to query him and bring him down. It is your right. There is no God of anywhere that can do it. There is no spirit anywhere that can do it. Anything that is bad that happens, it is human action or inaction. It is not Satan. There is no Satan anywhere that is doing it. Imagine they are preaching this inside the mosques and churches. Nigerians will be revolutionized. But they always tell them that, look, your problem is Satan. So people continue fasting and praying, saying it is Satan that is doing this to us. Somebody will develop sickness that's supposed to go to hospital and check up. Because his boy don't have this, now they will program him. Nakoraya, take the small they have from his pocket, telling him that no, it's Satan. Now they tell him that no, it is your brother, your uncle that did it. Now tell me, let us come the Kaikulo down. How can somebody tell you that this is not our problem? Tell me. You fight the government. How can you fight the government? You cannot fight the government without understanding that the government is your problem. It's impossible. But you have people, this organization, this religious organizations that is telling you that no, your problem is not government, is Satan. Now tell me, we Biafrans, we win with superior arguments, don't we? We bow to superior arguments. It is not out of emotion. Now, if somebody is coming to tell you that this is not the problem, now what is the problem? Tell me. When they block you from protesting, remember during Goodluck Jonathan's time, Adebayo, they carried their population to come out to protest. Or do you see that protest puts pressure, because the clergy, the religious that told them, the masses now came out. But when you are suffering, they will tell you that, look, it will be okay. God is in control. Just continue praying. Sow your seed. And the people will now, if you go and preach to people, say no, the problem is gone. They will tell you, say no, I'm covered. No, anywhere 10,000 will fall on my right hand, 10,000 will fall on my left hand. I will stand. Nothing will happen to me. And how then? They have mentally blocked that person. They blocked his mentality from facing reality. That is the problem. Sometimes I cannot understand how people reason out of emotion. They reason through their anus. When you tell them to come, let us debate and argue so that superior, they run away. They will avoid you. Instead, they boogie, we must continue. This is where I'm going to stop. Tinubu is a CIA asset. But does Nigerians know the implication? No. Instead, they are suffering and smiling. Only Jehovah Beze. Only also say inshallah. Yoruba man tell you, oh, this now my brother is okay. Now my brother is very, very sad indeed. This is where I'm going to stop. I will go into a few minutes break so that when I come back, I will open the lines so that people will start calling in. Please do not go away. I'll be right back.
And his narrative, what he has spoken about some time ago, many trying to see if they could connect the dots. But let's listen to this one before we come back to him.
If a fish is going to get spoiled, it's going to start getting spoiled from the head. The DSS will not do anything except the Commander-in-Chief's body language shows that this is the direction I want to go. That is where the problem is. The DSS has tremendous information. By the time 2023 is here and somebody take over and wants to undo some of this evil that I've seen in this country, you'll be surprised names that the DSS will bring out. They have the information. There's nothing I'm going to say here that they don't have. The defense headquarters have the solution for the kinetic aspect. They do. I'm not going to come here to advise them. I work with them and they're still there. The chief of naval staff was in the intelligence with me. We were together in Defense Intelligence Agency. That's Vice Admiral Gambo. I know these people are good. They know what to do. It's not that they have problems. It has to do with politics, the sponsors, people that feel that this country should be Islamized. It's not about ransom. I just want to confirm to Makwe that she is right. It's not about ransom. They just want to pass a message. We can come in. We can do what we need to do. And there are some hardliners in this government that are sponsoring this kind of narratives. They just want to show that they can Islamize this country. They think about Taliban. They think about the Mujahideens. And they want to replicate it in this country. And they don't care what happened. They simply don't care. As long as at the end of the day, there's Sharia and there is whatever thing they have in their head and they want to achieve. So these people that are sending messages are sponsored by Nigerians.
So if I could follow up on that. Well, he's here with us now. That was several years ago. Colonel Laumbi, former Navy Commander, Professor of Global Security Studies, also Nigerian Defense Academy. Good morning and thank you for coming on today.
Thank you very much. After 3 years, we have seen again.
I know, several things must have been going through your mind when you saw all of those bills, the propositions, the narrative, the comments making the rounds only recently, even though 3 years after you made that comment. So tell us, what was going through your mind when you saw all of these things are still playing out what you have spoken of earlier?
I think it just basically confirmed my fears, you know. When I was saying those things, a lot of colleagues didn't like what I was saying. Some people felt that I'm anti-Islam. My dear, I'm from a Muslim background because my grandmother, married a Muslim man after the husband died, and all my cousins, all my sisters, grandchildren, they are Muslim. I come from a Muslim background. And I don't know, General Adambazao will attest to it that when I took him with the Minister of Defense, to Italy, they were my guests in Italy. And I took them to the largest mosque in Milan, and we prayed together in the mosque. And I think I will tell you, I took him to Al-Aqsa Mosque in Israel to pray. And I have nothing against Israel. But you see, we are talking about identity and governance in this country. Identity and governance. It is so discouraging to know that at this century, we are still at this level.
Welcome back. This is Radio Biafra House of Service coming to you through Radio Biafra London. My name remains Mazi Jonathan Chinedu from Olu province of Biafra Land. We are here live and direct. Today is the 14th day of November 2024. Tata Bobo Cheke Our lines are now open. We will use only WhatsApp and Signal lines, please. Our direct line is having some problems. I will repair it and subscribe. I'll do some things on it. So our WhatsApp and Signal line is +61 405 142 and 547. +61 405 142 547. I have a caller already on WhatsApp. Caller on WhatsApp. Can you hear me? Welcome to the program. You are the first caller.
One, when you were talking about the president of Nigeria as an asset, it's not really a new thing. Basically, if you go back and listen to that interview with that what's it called, the Nigerian naval, that Yoruba naval officer.
Yes.
That's talked about the colonization. Yes. Yeah. If you go back and listen, he said that the State Department were discussing how to change Nigerian government. So they were talking to them, and then they brought in Tinubu. So Tinubu, if we have listened too deep into this conversation, we would have known that there's no way, if they are not, Tinubu is not the only politician in Nigeria at that time. So the only reason why they had to
are you hearing me?
Yes.
All those ones, yes, we know. You and I knew right from time.
Yeah.
But it's just like a proverb. An our day,
yes,
as of that time.
Yes.
So many people will not understand it. But this one is completely open. It's open, they don't hide it to the public.
Yes.
Do you see the difference?
Yeah.
That is why I'm hammering it, so that people will understand. So people don't understand. Now they come open and say, no, this man is our asset. We cannot reveal anything about him to otherwise, it will reveal how CIA works, and it will put many of our works in danger. You understand? Yeah. So this one is now open. It's no more nilu. Go on, Mazi, go on.
Yeah, I agree with you. And that's aside. Anyway, the reason why I called actually is, when people talk about why people are supporting Tinubu, especially through the Yoruba stocks. Anybody that understands this concept of taxonomy or classification, we know that the problem of Nigeria is not actually leadership, because the role of leadership in a society is a vector role. Okay, just like we have butterfly and mosquito. Butterfly may be distributing pollen grain and other things that help to flower things, while mosquito transfer plasmodium to human being that cause malaria. That does not, so it does not make a butterfly a better vector than mosquito. So they merely distribute what the society gives them or the environment gives them. So that is why, even if anybody, they say Jesus come to Nigeria today, it's not going to fix Nigeria. That is on one side. But if you understand this concept of taxonomy or classification, you will know that the problem of Nigeria, that's where the problem of Nigeria lies. Because classifying things means that you group people based on certain characteristics. So that characteristics is a source of strength to them, and also a source of segregation from another group. Take example now. If you get a white corn and then you throw it into a massive pool of white corn and mix it up, you will never identify that corn again. unless you had marked it. The same thing happens, okay, the same thing. If you have a yellow corn and you throw it into a massive of white corn, you can find it. You can find it. All you need to spread the whole corn and then you find it. Okay? So what am I saying here is simple. You know, people always say, oh, ethnicity. Ethnicity is a unit of classification that gives a group of people certain characteristics. And it's a source of strength to them and also a source of segregation from others. Therefore, when politicians have problems, they always resort to their strength. So when we say politicians, you know, people always ignorantly say that politicians divide us into ethnicity. But that's not true, because we already divided into ethnicity. The only thing is that they are smart enough to understand their strength. When they have problem, they resort to it, and then just like a corn that is thrown into this thing, you'll be protected. Okay? So this is the reason why we need to explain these things to them properly. That even if you look at the Nigerian Constitution today, the Constitution is, you know, the reason why we have problem with that Constitution is because you have so many cultures, multicultures trying to, you have so many multicultures inside that Constitution. But no, because laws are made from cultural, the man-made laws are from cultural laws, or what they call canon laws. And as long as you have multicultural and multicultural principles in that Constitution, it is difficult for every group in that country to identify with it. So you find that some group will only obey the ones that they identify with, and they ignore the other ones. So it's not totally out of place why you see Nigerian government often ignores laws or disobey their laws and constitution. You know, so that is why we need to have this thing. Try to explain it more in terms of trying not to, when people disparage people with a ethnic bigots, ethnic jingoism, ethnic, naturally, that is unnatural, so people should not underestimate the power of ethnicity in binding people together. If you look at Russia, for USSR, for instance, when they divided into their ethnic groups, okay, there was no problem. But when you find that Eastern Germany, which was divided into two places, it was easy for them to come together. So what I'm trying to say is that we do not need to despair, because if in Biafra, whenever we come, because the problem we have now is that they use power to divide us. People say they are not Igbo and all that, but they all speak Igbo, So with time, when there's a kind of change of, or some kind of realignment, they will come through. Okay. So that's that.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
We must continue. Of course, we must continue educating our people to understand the rule or governance. Because without the understanding and developing our people's brains, you restore a quagmire. You just say, no, hey, Biafra, come. No, we're quite the same thing. Caller on signal. Can you hear me? Please go on.
Mazi Jonathan.
Mazi
Jonathan. Mazi. Biafrans are lovers of freedom, and Mazi Jonathan, we must continue. Our liberty remains Mazi Nando Kukano. One thing before I say what I want to say, Mazi, is that For those of them who derive joy in attacking our radio, that question matter that they can't stop us, IPOB is strong and we are moving. Yesterday we were on air, they stopped everything. I tried to log back, nothing was connected. But today we are here to still say that we have to say. We can't always be open. Because most of them, they come here to listen also. When they listen finish, they use it to go and talk on their bigger platform, on their Zoom platform, to earn credence in pages of newspaper. These are things Mazi Jonathan and IPOB have been shouting for over a decade. But instead of them to see the truth, then they saw his speech and begin to propagate Igbo hate in place of defending what they call democracy. Igbo hate. Everybody buy into that. But today they are rocking. Now CIA is telling them that their so-called Chicago president is now an asset to them. But would they react? This is to say that even Nigeria itself as a people, we keep saying it, Mazi. There is no way you can exonerate Nigerians from the problem of Nigeria. Nigerian problem is anybody anywhere in Nigeria, be it Igbo, Yoruba, anywhere you like come from, but you're in that contraction and you agree that you're a Nigerian. On that with the problem, the mentality, because they are the people you see on daily basis. You communicate in offices, in everywhere. They are around you. What our leaders call aristocratic mindset. They don't believe in progress. They only believe in stagnation, looting. But Mazi, away from that, let me go, because we want to hear Rotoraka, and I will say it in our language, Mazi. We want to hear Rotoraka, Patra, our people. It had the party in our boy, which is going our core value, after the war. Now, Mando Chang, Mama, the British, Mande, America, Mande, Fulani, Ali, the Marania, we in Iranian quality. Ola Poya for Madabonola, Ola Poya for Poya Bolivia, Oya Batam, but not all of the Apple 1 near Anna, Utaka, after the disaster had committed genocide. Now, Oka Behavior. Would you know defend Oka is either a criminal, I make no mistake, or need the gullible. This is the two way I classify them. Now, another aspect wonder on the Nollywood. That art in Nollywood na Libo. Why do I use that? Let him report on the Nollywood because he made mention of a bad boy. He may have to play, believe it's going to be bad boy, believe they're going to take more. Ilahe Ghana bo Yahoo Kite. Now, you gotta watch it in a movie because I didn't so know when any of our any man or woman got put at the age of 50 something downward to late 30s. That's now here for Nollywood. Now watch it here no man, I watch it here no in neighborhood. Don't be the Aporon those days, our father ain't then I get 7 o'clock, 6:30, I ain't gonna go to the window, I got no like ammonia, no layer watch here. As Talagon, maybe only la barala lota without the cat plate. Mahana got higher, I had the cat plate as lot, or Ghana watch. You got whole family and I watch. Our people now watch that on time. Nay, Britannia, because of the thing they play. They let them play in those movies. Contributory to this thing, if Basara, our people are Bagazigi boy. Number one, I brother showcase reading a film now. Mother Gagabacha okay boy 7 years, 6 years, 5 years as the case may be. Before you know the man every day borrow maybe buy sometimes you do you lawyer bundle here and I put a more boy I chop here, with all these things now, they show into the mindset. So I got the one more because when I get about boy when you maybe near and literally, yeah, they do peer boy. I got the one on all of my working on all now. I'm getting home work, okay, who literally nothing me who do you know my little nothing. This is what informed their understanding of how what politics or what both religiously because it affected so many things. Most of them got watch each other kind of film. Now, when you can one have BSB for one, I literally film. Oh, you pay a gag bro, Guego, Mbao, Wagaga Polade, it wouldn't want Bolazo. Because I had to go join how because in the Nollywood, nor would the system of an Igbo man in terms of it to take. What I carry down on a movie, ran to Lagos down, maybe all grew up for a movie back to Lagos. Before you know, I stayed then at the movie next 3 years, all of our local people, village, place one. Most of our people now believe that these are the process of making money. They go nobody wants to sue for a long time. Maybe in the next 10, 20, 30 years, what will I be? What will my generation? What will my family be? All those things they destroy. And you don't short time agenda, crime, they hide now because of Gene. Illegal movie. If today, those movies, artificial those things, portrays are we made badly internationally. Now all of them have become content creators. Now they are no longer there to defend or come out now to refute some of those things because they only have a disclaimer. Come out and say no. Some of these things we acted, we are fiction. So it's not reality about our people. All right, because they have done any man they involved of those acting. Be it an amateur because I need them and they those say artificial those things. No, because they have contributed to the society we are having today. Business. No longer mother akaja bitron in that mother for you be all those things. Natural process have been changed to artificial process, fake life. The pastor and vision. Only vision will only Diego. Oh my, your vision must always tally to your problem. Only so only Diego and more progress. More progress. They didn't divide us and make us today that as a race, okay, I am a commonality again. The only commonality I want to know is just that language. When it comes to belief system, cultures, and everything, I'm not always look more at it. People are allowing adults to tell both, even not for the coming of Mazi Jonathan Chinedu and IPOB Institute there, which the US leadership can carry on today with the heavy burden. Can they push this movement to the right direction? When nobody would have even think of but because these people want to chain us, that committed the same genocide again. We'll share. The rest of people are told in the Alamaji. But today we have come to tell them that we are no longer interested in what they call their Nigerians have expired. Wife of Akere Dolu on those big governors, like Mazi Jonathan said, has always affirmed Mazi Jonathan Chinedu position about the zoo. But today, would they call for her arrest? No, they will not, because she is one of the echelon. So Mazi Jonathan Chinedu, they see as a common as an Igbo man that is meant to be a sacrificial lamb. What has he said that these people have not said? Ango Mohammed or Ango Abdullahi has come out to say that Nigeria expired 10 years ago. Who said it? Mazi Jonathan Chinedu have said all these things. So what are you keeping him for? Now the zoo government is no longer it has been captured by CIA and all the rest of them. Why can't the people inside that country choose and think for themselves that it's no longer about tribe and ethnicity, it's about survival? Look at terrorist groups, look at all they have created all these terrorists, they are releasing them batch by batch. And this is how they will swallow everybody, but we tell them that Biafra land is not a good area for them. They can't take our land, and our land must be protected. That is why on Saturday 16th, the IPOB USA is hosting their fundraising. 7 p.m. Biafra time. So we must support and make sure that we support the Eastern Security Network to help us to protect our land so that we can preserve ourselves. Mazi, I will say thank you for what you do for Motherland history.
Thank you very much. Caller on WhatsApp, are you still there? Let me see. Caller on WhatsApp, are you there? Caller on WhatsApp, are you there?
Mazi Jonathan.
There,
Mazi Jonathan, can you hear me?
the whole world is here. Go on. The whole world is hearing you.
I so much appreciate your programs. Mazi Jonathan, I have one no otu an anwụ na ma anwụ ebe anọ. Abụọ mmadụ. Abụọ ordinary woman being anwụ na ma anwụ ebe anọ. Ihe unu na-eme na Radio Biafra. Abụrụ ihe mmadụ ya abụọ onye dị ndụ, onye maala ihe, onye nwere ọgụgụ isi, nwụcha ihe unu na-eme na Radio Biafra. The person will carry me a stupid person. You know that the person will remain stupid forever. I don't know if Nigerian citizens are waiting for us in Nandekan to come out from cell and fight for them. What again is Nandekan going to do for us than to open our eyes? And because of us today, the young man is there suffering. And we are all here waiting for Nandekan to come out and start talking for us again. Mazi Jonathan, only you for Basalo musician. I'm one of the musicians in the Igbo land. Only a woman of my song who supposed to go on Radio Biafra. Now either this particular line on Kamazi Alozie GNO program. So, who not open music in Pofolu? My family make sure no leave more the music. Most of the people malo after the music. How am I going to because we deal too much. So now, Nandekano Haji Nasser, over going to almost 4 years now. Now standing Igbo na Yoruba children have never one day tried to rise up against what is happening in Nigeria. They are still waiting for us in Nandekan to come and talk to them. But only what I have to contribute in this program is that I'm begging God even to kill me this night and take something that is in my brain, the way I feel, and share it to the whole Nigerian citizens. If they can rise up and say that okay, it's okay. You people are doing the marvelous job to sanitize the brain of people before entering the land of Biafra. But people seems to be ignorant so much. The governors we have in Eastern region today, they are only one person. All of them are one person. All of them are one person. Are you telling me that in Imo State, for example, is hope who's more than the population of Imo State to rise up and say, okay, it's okay? Is Governor Soludo is more than the population of Anambra State to rise up and say, it's okay? Fulani are systematically taking over the north. And they know that Hausa people cannot do anything again in their life, that they are useless. Because if Hausa people are not useless, I don't know why these people will hold Nandekan, and the Hausa people still see that Nandekan is talking, and all of them cannot rise up. One day, rise up until Fulani finish all of them and take over their land. Their plans are to kill the whole north. After the white post Hausa people, they take over their land. When they take over their land, the 80% of Fulani population in the north then will be military, so that they will have the normal ground to fight Biafra, because I know that Biafra is coming. So I thank you very much, and I thank the IPOP leadership for the wonderful job they are doing. I thank them. I will never stop thanking them. Instead, Biafra will not come to pass. Let God sacrifice me this night, but Biafra must come to pass. I've been following you. I've been listening to you. I've been listening on this radio. I've been campaigning. I've been going to village by village. Wherever I am, they are calling me Nandekan son. Anything about Nandekan, they will come and call me and ask me about that. And I'm very proud to be teaching them, preaching them. I know I'm an illiterate. I can't talk to you people on Radio Biafra because I know you people are highly educated. But anyhow I spoke my English language, you take it from me, understand it from me. But what I'm begging the Nigeria people, Nigeria children, is to rise up and say that okay is okay. What you people are speaking here on this radio, I'm not educated, but I'm understanding it. I'm telling many people around me, listen. Continue. No, nothing can lead you to heaven than Radio Biafra. Because people say, well, church will lead you to heaven. You see God. But you will die before you see God. Without knowing truth, how can you see God? How can you get to heaven? And where is the truth? Is the truth in Nigeria? Is the truth in Radio Nigeria? Is the truth in Nigeria newspaper? Where comes truth in Nigeria today? Only Radio Biafra is only way to heaven. People that are seeking the way to go to heaven. So listen to Radio Biafra so that they will go to heaven, because it's only on Radio Biafra you will hear the truth, original truth that is coming direct from the mouth of God. That God they are looking for is talking on Radio Biafra. God, that's the same God is calling them to rise up. They thought is Mazi Jonathan talking. They thought is Mazi and the Kano is talking. Or Mazi is here. The God is on Radio Biafra calling them, rise up, my people, rise up and take over and take back your land. But there seems to be dormant. But the time is coming. Thank God that what is happening now is stop.
There, Mazi. I don't know. Okay, under reconnection. There, I think you have made your point. Thank you very much, Mazi. Caller on the signal. Mazi, you'll be the last caller. Caller on signal. Can you hear me?
I hear you, Mazi. Good evening from here.
There, Mazi. There, welcome to the program.
Yeah, thank you. Honestly, over this week you have been making broadcasts. I didn't want to call, but I just call in because of one of our brothers, what he just said. My name is Amy Chris. I'm calling from Italy. This our brother has said there about 2 or 3 last caller now. I said about Hollywood or Nollywood. What I am 100% totally agree with what he said. What these people did, watch all of the movie they produce. 90% of those movies channels to our culture, our way of life, and everything. And the worst thing is that they never play movie that promotes not our culture. Most of them, all they're doing, the movie they did is only against that our culture. Now, sometimes they're trying to do that. You know that when you watch some of their film, when they see elderly people with red cap in the village, what it appears to people wonder joke how they are bad people and they see you and that's what they are performing in the whole of their movies. And this thing that there's in the Western world now where we are, there's a movie that you cannot watch before children. But Nigeria have the policy, what the government, what anything guide, everything. They leave everything open. Then children watch the movie and think that it's just like that. All the work and able today. Cox of this say and your keke. The rattlesnake. I think what they call that movie. Merit. No. That is where all this thing generated in 1991, 92. I stopped watching video all this Nigerian movie or Igbo movie. I stopped watching it since 2001. To now, I can't spend my 2 hours watching movie, because one day I was going to Opiweka down flyover in Onitsha. I met Kemo Haneze. Many of them about Rita, all of them about 12 of them on top of that bridge flyover. People gathered. I said, "What is happening here?" I stopped my back and watched. I see that we are producing a movie, and then what did I saw there? Kemo Haneze was a movie coming with a Beatles. All the Beatles has no engine. But these Beatles, will look at the tricks there. These Beatles, they tied it to rope. So no what they did, they push it. This came harness get inside that Beatles, and they pushed the Beatles. It was running. No engine inside. It has no engine. And the person covering the film was covering the film, and they were shouting, "Blood of Jesus, blood of Jesus, blood of Jesus, blood!" in times of accident want to happen. And this Beatles, they push it. At a certain point, they asked everyone to release it to leave. Everybody leave. The Beatles went close to the iron, the protector of that bridge, and stopped there. You know what they did? They used hand, they tied the rope, big rope, and use hand and push it and throw it over the bridge, and they cover it. It means that they had an accident. Then the car fell from the bridge, and they kept Mohammed as a survivor. They said was a Reverend Father there with the garment of Reverend Father. So I watched this thing. I said, this is the tricks they are using for this movie. Therefore, I, MKS, can never again. I said, I want to watch a movie again, spending my time that I can use to do another. But in a nutshell, what I want to say here is what our brother said is very, very, very good. I love what he said, because this movie, people, there's no protection. There's everything they acted was against us. Even look at even in Kemo, when you go to village and do something, you say, around a village. They rubbish that thing with that movie. So that is all and I never see any movie they promoted Iba Boyanya. It's what my brother could say somebody about boy a promote to a do your Urusman just all they are producing.
Oh, negative things that we discourage our. You are right. You are right.
So this is. I was highly. You see this movie. There's a day I wrote something on Facebook. So I saw somebody. All this content creator again. Somebody carry it. This mud pot. I saw work it. Only art movie. Only art make content creator. Somebody want to. Because now people will apparent they can those apparent and okay a mud pot means a crime, means arrow. Because that is what we are in our Igbo tradition. You know the undinze la libo now who's on your job undinze.
Of course.
Because this is I'm a home we program now they show they destabilize our culture, make I hate your wine, and they were hatred came from all these things. And when they trust each other now, then Kahane Kando Kana Batani Mai, gradually, it was a program something for me. Kando Kana Batani Mai, they preach against everything of our Igbos and devil America people. If you said that you had a legal village now, you want to 10 people in even in your family. If you don't take time in your family, I found that one really know footable way problem. If you your family go for one of your sisters, one Anglican, and cause of Catholic, or you cause of one Sabbath. I was one year than a lamanga, when you can have a buffet, I get poor in ocean. Ubuti, let's only lab with very close to a gauge in a Caleb from Betty, but you know, get with it. Because top boya with it. Mana, everybody is shouting the same thing up when you poison. Only every from talk around, my dear brother. If you anytime you go home, talk around, begin ask people. You will see that when you can say if you meet 1,000 people, 880 people will tell you the same thing. And now just on your kind of Sonia, if 8,000 after 1,000 people, immediately 800 and something or 900 people now bag the same thing. Kedonia na Sonia son. There's no Bushin Johnson Alibo. Here will cox off in here with a program something with a Tura and Alibo. And not destroy our culture, our rich cultural heritage. I when I was small, I got generally horror. After Hagan Ojino Korea Bao, a lot of Balonia, Joy General, Bessin, India, Habarian, the way we be. And a good here, the choose of we go ordinary key. Now you think of when those people in Borogoma, they live in harmony. Now this time around, that now I am wasting I am as in Borogoma, I am basing him. We don't live in harmony. I na so one answer. And was in the Arwa Kakuzenjo. And one Arwa Kazukwe more than even before we were with those days and in Kumake. Then dock and job. All of us now are Christian now. But the things that are happening in our community now, the worse than in here everybody before. So you see that here we program something, my dear brother. So I am 100% accord with this our brother. If evocation that movie for me and my life, and for me, if governors of Federal make a movie in Ali, I guess I will come against them. They make it to make money, but they don't know what they're doing is trying to destroy us as a people because they want to make money. So all the whole in the or they see them as bad people in the village. Oh, yeah, watch the whole movie. I don't watch the movie, but the little I have watched since before then, that is what it tells me. So that is okay. Let me put another thing before you go, my dear brother. Sorry to take your time. He talked about Timbu being an agent of CIA agent or Swiss. It's an asset to CIA. Then if America, Tinubu of yesterday is the asset to CIA, then you think of Britain, who is the asset? The whole of politicians in Nigeria is the asset. The whole of the politicians in Nigeria. That's why things are not moving. So this is, you can see how the Europeans plan things, the West. When I say the West, America is also the West. That's why I call them America. They are the same people. They work hand to hand. So anything that will benefit them, they go there and take it. Okay, if America will intervene, I say, okay, if you don't want me to intervene, then you have to give my own share. That's why Obama went to get Libya and kill Gaddafi, because of the American share and the interest of America with his cousin. So you watch what is going into in Nigeria. That is how the politicians being somewhere sign one contract or the other. Believe me, the reasons why they allow Tinubu to be there might be to sign brigade agenda in, and that is how they work. It will be the reason why they allow him, and that's the asset. Because once our now, I say now we can say okay now, people are cast law, they get a project, but they make sure that they will establish that project is signing for them under the law. So my dear brother, we are in danger. What I'm calling our people, our Igbos, they should rise up wherever they are. But got all this year in, year out, cycling ourselves in the same one thing. They got neja about Bokaja. When you be an Abokania, Anna choking. They got on NATO every last Sunday of the month on the meeting. When no my can they know can thou can they can. And when the home promote that I will run a gun support to IPOB, support IPOB in what we are doing. Let us get our freedom. As an action there, I will seek you first the kingdom of God, and then you also add it to you. Biafra government may decide that I get a Jaka Ebolonia in diaspora. Only Biafra we take our Biafra government the bullet, whatever Ebola the person. So I need even a job to work. Okay, will Ebolonia or just up on the Biafra government will take care of that. Because we are the only thing they benefit from the government. The only thing they benefit from the government is that thing from their meter we have benefit. Only way bulai, I shall acquire and never have 1,000 euro, 2,000 euro. That's the end. The Biafra government will do that. Support IPOB and what we are doing. Then what they are I now let us change and do things in different way. Thank you, Mazi, and God bless you.
There were Mazi. Caller what's up? I pick your call. Please make it as brief as you could. Caller what's up? Please make it as brief as you could. Please go on.
Okay, Mazi. Good evening.
There we
I come out.
Go on, Mazi. Go on.
Okay, Mazi. Well, if Mazi will be coming from worker. Mazi, first of all, as in this last 11 minutes or I'm online, I'm not hearing anything that the caller is talking, because maybe it's like you made a mistake. You did not. It's only what you are saying that I'm hearing, but everything that you said.
I know. There is I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know that the committee was first.
No, you
so
cannot be hearing it. There is something I have to do later.
Okay. I want to talk about the CIA operations, with our leaders and everything. Because one day I was having a conversation with somebody. The guy was telling me that he want to learn how to do Yahoo and all these things. So we were discussing. At the point, this thought come to my mind. I started telling him, what if this Yahoo that people are doing now, what if it is a secret operation? As in, it's a secret agency that is running this thing. Just to keep African youths busy. Keep their mind away from government. They come down to your continent, they steal resources worth billions of dollars in a year. And maybe they will just bring out maybe $1 million and share, give to few people. And they'll be happy that they pick money. Everybody is busy pressing. While they are siphoning your resources, taking your mind away from rising up. This is what I'm thinking of. And then, lastly, what you said about somebody telling us that this religious teaching that we are saying that is not a problem. I say, this thing is in my mind. I want to confront, but sometimes, I know that it's beyond, because some of us don't know how to talk. And if we begin to raise our hand, it will be like we are fighting. You understand? And the problem is that somebody like me, I'm not a religious person. Even our Omenani self. I just know that I'm doing Omenani because it's not about worshiping God but it is who I am. You understand? Not about worshiping any idol or any unseen spirit, but it's just the way I am. But sometimes some of our people that are fighting against this thing, it seems to me that they don't understand where we are coming from. Somebody like me, what I'm interested in is that control, so that we can be able to control ourselves, not getting control from external forces. You understand? Thank you.
There was. Okay, this where we switch off the phone. Mazi, let me start from what the last caller said. We should be matured enough to understand that debate is not fighting. I don't know. We should be matured enough. When I say that Igbos are not political, it is part of it. We either hate dialogue or we don't know how to do dialogue. That is debate. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came and made us to understand more that we should respect superior argument. It's not fighting. Anytime I do program, mostly on Saturday program, I used to invite people that has opposing arguments. I used to like it. Sometimes I used to have one or two, and we used to do robust argument to learn. But when you think that, okay, if I say now, they say we are fighting, let us remove ourselves from this. This is a cake mentality. Let me tell you, in this Radio Biafra, any person that does not like debate for learning, not ranting or not threatening, no, debate, just mutual debate, I am telling you, that person is not fit to be, in this platform, whether you are calling or you are broadcasting. What of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that people come up, how many times do people come to even rant on him? He keep quiet. And he will convince you with superior argument and you calm down. That is how it goes. But anybody that either calls in here, start ranting, or you don't want to just impose his thing, or you are handling microphone here and you don't want opposing arguments, you don't want person to express himself in a civilized way, know that that person is not fit. is not fit in what we are doing. It doesn't matter who. Because we learn from Onyendu. We should be, be engaging in discussions and dialogue. This discussion must continue. Without talking to ourselves, without the discussions, without debating, how can we learn and go for the how? Do you know that the first president of America, George Washington, and others, they risked their life to travel from the New World, that was America, to Europe. In that time, there was no, early 18th century, through selling boats, selling ship that can capsize anytime across Atlantic Ocean. What is their reason? To go and listen to the message and engage in discussions of enlightenment and awakening. What you are listening today, what we listened from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and we continue today, you are listening from your bed, from your warm room in a cold place, from your warm room, from your AC in a hot place, you are in a comfort place. Ourselves in this discussion. We should. This meant like what I started with what the last caller said. No, I don't know how to engage you before they say we are fighting. How dare you say that? People call Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and say he only do say. I disagree with you. How dare you think like that? Go teach like that. I have said it anytime I'm on air. If after teaching, after my submission, I open line, I want somebody to come and even dispute what I said. I used to like it because it makes me learn more. It makes me learn. As long as you come, we are brothers. We discuss issues like brothers and sisters. We engage in dialogue. It's not about ranting. No, stop saying this. No, that is what I hate. Bring out your arguments. I ask you questions. Also, you can ask me questions. Now, listeners will now deduct, not imposition. We are not there. The problem I have with religious people is they block their mind. They say, don't argue. If you argue, you sin against the Holy Spirit. Do not engage in argument. That is the most problematic we have. It happened to me now. If you are going that time, Osioma preaching, they will tell you, don't engage in foolish argument. It's against the Holy Spirit. Any person that does not accept what or believe what you say, just how do they say, throw your leg, remove sand from your leg, that is that mentality that we are trying to remove here. We must dialogue. It doesn't matter what. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say, we question everything. Now, why then should you or would you think or conclude that, if somebody said this on Radio Biafra, now how can I challenge him? Once he open line, call. I'm not excluded. Why are we cowards? It's not fighting, for goodness sake. Call and say, Mazi, I love what you are doing, but look at my viewpoint. I don't accept. I don't think it's like that. This is my viewpoint. People are listening, but this is wrong. Being political is part of what I said, that we should be political enough. Be engaging in dialogue is part of it, even if it is engaging in opposing argument. It is okay. It makes us to learn. No person has monopoly of knowledge. Now, any person that tells you now, no, you can't go there. I don't argue like that. I don't step like that. You remark the person. Remark that he is not with us mentally. He is just talking out of sentiment. He is not with us. Any day I submit I make submissions here. I love it. I even encourage people, please If you have if you have opposing arguments, do not fear. Call. Take a phone. Call. We learn from each other. It is symbiosis. So, our people, we should know, we should understand the importance of dialogue, talking with each other. Now, look, you know, Igbo people, we don't know how to argue. It's natural. I see it, and it's a problem. That is why, before you know, fight will come out. We are people gather. Before you know, people will start. Now, why you now? What do you get? You reach me. Because they have nothing, nothing upstairs, nothing to argue, no argument. So they enter into social status. Now why they talk to me? Now you go oppose me like that. Nah. A viable country, we must dialogue with each other so that superior argument will bow down to superior argument. We accept. I say yes. Now the point you made, you are right. That is how it is. We learn from each other. Now, coming to this Nollywood, honestly speaking, our people, Nollywood follow in destroying us. Are you hearing me? Nollywood. What our brothers say, they are right. There is no film, no Nollywood film that portrays our culture in the right direction. No. I never see it. I say I stopped watching all these things for a long time. No, they must make sure that they, they portray our Igbo cultural this thing. Cap or Ishiago is a poison giver. Is only is one bad person or the other. It's portrayed. So that's why Nana they call even foreigners calling the Ogwego. It's through Nollywood. You see what they are causing? Many people, you watch Hollywood, American movies, and you put America as if even they are God because of their movies. Because they promote American culture. They promote that they are larger than life in their films. One American soldier will go to Vietnam in the film, or we go to North Korea and destroy a country. So, as a child, you use it, you start that program in your head, you put it in your head that the Americans, they are invincible. That is how they want you to be thinking about them. But in our own Nollywood, they say the reverse is the case. They made our culture, our people, anything concerning Igbo culture, they demonize it. We should even start asking the veterans of Nollywood, why is it so? This thing didn't enter my mind the day last 2 years, which I brought Chinwetalago in this hallowed platform. I would have asked him, and if I have opportunity, I will check his number. I will ask him, why is it so? He made the people now see anything concerning our culture as evil. Very bad people that, and this play is like that because people grew up with it. That is a program which is different from reality. You see how program works, and what you watch molds you, the type of person you are. What you see, what you watch, what you hear, what you receive, the environment you are, it molds you. That is who you are. It molds your character and your belief system, or the way you say things, your ideology. That is it. So we must get it right. All these things we are sanitizing or trying to sanitize is the evil that people did without knowing. They want money, without understanding that there are prices to pay. You can make your money, but you destroy a race. That is why they control movies. There are some movies they will say is on from 16 years up, from 12 years up, but no control, as Mazi Jonathan says, because no government control, nothing. Anything that can destroy us is okay. So they even promote them. In music, they promote our musicians to sing music that will put a fire into our youths to go and botanic. They showcase riches in music that no takeshi boutique Do you see what our people sing in Igbo musicians and well-known musicians? Everyone came no galai the other day. Watch it, hey, this thing should be banned in our land. Showing flashy houses and cars. In our village. So when children are watching this, youths are watching this, how then do you want them to go and work hard? They will try everywhere to make money, and church is there for them for miracle. People that call themselves native doctors in their kit, they are there for them. If they go there, they need quick money. So kidnapping will work. Is it not carrying gun and kidnap somebody and a boy go now? A boy go 200 million, 100 million. A boy go they didn't work. It's miracle. It's part of it. These are the societal problems that we cause by ourselves. And IPOB through Radio Biafra is trying to sanitize it. It's not easy, but it's not impossible to do. That is a call. That is what we are here for. That burden carried by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is why he's suffering. In order to deliver his people, sanitize the brain of our people, to warn us, to let us understand the dangers we are in. He is there. Now suffer for everybody. And here we are now every time, trying to save people that don't want to save themselves. But we must continue, because what is happening, it will touch everybody, and we should react before it is too late. Thank you for listening. Remember that on Saturday, that is after tomorrow, will be the Zoom fundraising. Yes, ESN fundraising. If you have Zoom, do not forget to join and to donate. And we are now watching here, so now you see what is happening. The northern part of the zoo, the Fulani, they are breeding, they are breeding different terrorist organizations. Is the program, is part of it. But we must continue. Biafra remains who we are. Biafra remains our religion. From me, Mazi Jonathan Chinedu, from here, it is simply good evening.
Enemies are everywhere. We are surrounded by evil. Nowhere to hide, nowhere to run. The only way to survive is to face them head on. Through the Eastern Security Network, ESN.
We got to rewrite the wrong and do what is right, to treat like humans.
The great family of the indigenous people of Biafra in the United States of America, under the leadership of the Directorate of State, wishes to announce our IPOB end of year ESN fundraising coming up on the 16th of November 2024. Time 7 p.m. Biafra land time. Platform Zoom. Meeting ID F553-781-4562. Passcode 092030. Contact +161 093 14 943 or plus 148 476 708 48 or plus 18 452 039 665. Reason for the fundraising: we must make sure that our siblings living in Biafra land are not chased out from our ancestral homes by the Fulanis and other murderous agents in the contraption called Nigeria with the help of ESN. We must make sure our farmlands and bushes are safe for our parents and kings to harness against the evil agendas of the blood-sucking agents in Nigeria with the help of ESN. Most importantly, the lives and properties of our people living in Biafra land must be protected at all costs by ESN. With your support, your free will offerings and donations, we shall achieve this by keeping our land safe and secure as we pursue the goal of restoration of Biafra. Come one, come all. This information is reaching you directly from the office of IPOB All State Media under the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. All hail Biafra. Support ESN.
Biafra,